Hey everyone, welcome to our camp with another recap. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a movie where monsters drawn by a little girl accidentally come to life in a pond, and the entire town is attacked. The story begins with a shot of the school bus window where the word "help" is written. Bowman, as usual, tries to bully Amber by snatching her drawing, but the moment he looks at it, he's terrified. Amber can't get her sketch back, and later that day, her father, Taylor, is called to school because of it. At first, Taylor thinks it's ridiculous for a drawing to cause so much fuss, but when he sees it, his opinion changes. The school psychologist believes the violence in Amber's artwork comes from within her and insists it's something worth discussing. The psychologist asks Amber a few questions about the boy in her drawings. Bowman appears in most of them, always killed by some kind of monster. Amber admits she hates Bowman. The psychologist concludes that as long as Amber channels her anger through drawing, she's not a danger to anyone. She even gives her a new sketchbook and encourages her to keep going. Jack is walking home through the woods for dinner. Distracted, he trips on something, falls, and drops his phone in the water. He picks it up. Its screen is completely shattered. He shakes it dry, but when he looks again, the phone is perfectly fine, with no cracks at all. At home, Jack asks his dad if they can eat pizza straight out of the box instead of using plates. Amber believes that because their mother died, they're orphans. Their father tries to shake that idea out of her, but Jack looks it up on his phone, and the result says, "Mother orphan." Taylor takes the phone away, insisting they eat dinner properly. Jack keeps clowning around until Amber, angry, slams her fist on the plate, shattering it. The next morning, Amber boards the bus and realizes she left her sketchbook at home. She asks her dad to bring it to her, but Taylor suggests maybe she should go one day without it. Amber makes him promise not to look inside until she gets back. As Taylor is tidying up, he notices the sketchbook. Amber has turned the cat on the cover into a devil. Meanwhile, Liz, Taylor's sister, is showing the house to some potential buyers. Taylor loads some things into his car and waits outside, but accidentally spills coffee on the sketchbook, forcing him to go back inside. He grabs a hairdryer from his late wife's suitcase to dry it, but it burns his hand and drops. The warm air flips through the pages, revealing all of Amber's monstrous drawings. When the kids come home, Amber's hand has been punished because of a drawing on her hand, and Taylor tells her she's grounded from using art supplies for a week. Furious, she goes to her room and discovers the coffee stains on her sketchbook, proof her father has seen all of it. Her anger boils over. Liz has another buyer coming, forcing Taylor and Amber to wait in the car. Amber complains that since their mother's death, their father has changed and pays less attention to them. Hurt by this, Taylor brings out a box of Amber's old drawings and shows them to her, one by one. There are so many that Amber realizes she was wrong about him. Among them is a drawing named Dave, which Amber had been deeply attached to. She makes him promise never to think badly of her drawings again, and shows him everything, even one of her mother's tattoos, which warms Taylor's heart, realizing Amber still remembers her mom. At home, Jack pulls the broken plate from his bag, but it's perfectly whole, just like before. Early the next morning, while Taylor is asleep, Jack sneaks into the woods toward the pond. Amber spots him from the window and follows. Jack takes out their mother's ashes and tries to scatter them in the water, hoping she'll come back to life. Amber rushes in, grabs the urn, nearly falling into the pond herself, but Jack saves her. In the struggle, Amber's sketchbook falls into the water. Jack fishes it out with a branch. Just then, bubbles rise from beneath the surface, as if something down there is breathing. Panicked, the kids run home. When Amber opens her sketchbook, she finds all the drawings erased. A deep roar echoes from the woods, freezing Jack in fear. Later, Taylor finds Amber trembling in the closet. She tells him something kept hitting the window all night. He notices strange yellow stains on the glass. Jack promises Amber he'll explain everything on the school bus. Taylor overhears this and, before Jack boards, asks him to tell him about everything that's been happening. Jack hesitates, sure his father won't believe him, but eventually spills it all. Taylor dismisses it as nonsense, and Jack, hurt, pulls away. Taylor makes himself coffee, But when he goes for his mug, it's vanished. In the yard, he finds the broken plate perfectly intact again. On the bus, Amber and Jack talk about the sound they heard in the woods the night before, when suddenly Miss Thompson slams the brakes. Ahead, a car has skidded off the road. Blue paint splattered everywhere. As she radios for help, Bowman honks the wrecked car's horn. Amber notices glittery specks scattered all over and screams that they need to run. Just then, a massive creature emerges from the field beside them. It's Dave. The children stare in horror. Miss Thompson speeds up the bus, but Dave knocks it off the road and into the field. Everyone survives except Miss Thompson, who's unconscious. Jack checks her pulse, and she's alive. Dave looms right behind the bus. The kids hide between the seats. Bowman freaks out, demanding to know how Amber knew to run when she saw the glitter. Amber tells him the creature's name is Dave, and its only purpose is to crush people. It was awakened by the car horn, and escaping it is nearly impossible. Dave tries to break in through the emergency exit. Amber suddenly remembers that lullaby-like music can put Dave to sleep. Jack crawls toward his bag to grab his phone, but Dave catches him. Just before he's crushed, another kid plays a soft tune from their phone, and Dave collapses into slumber. Bowman climbs out through another exit, but instead of helping, he bolts. One by one, the kids escape. When it's Jack's turn, the music stops. Dave wakes, and Jack leaps out just in time. They all run for their lives. Meanwhile, at home, Taylor searches for his phone and finds it in the closet, smeared with paint. When he opens the door, his missing mug is there too, covered in the same paint. Turning it over, he's horrified to find a one-eyed creature clinging to it. He screams, drops the mug, and the thing crawls onto his body. He finally manages to rip it off and kill it with a plate. The children keep running when Amber suddenly freezes. Jack asks what's wrong, and she says most of her drawings were about Bowman's death, and she's certain his life is in danger now. In the woods, Bowman stumbles upon another creature. At first, he thinks it's harmless, but it transforms and shrieks loudly. Suddenly, a much larger monster appears. Bowman is paralyzed with fear as the monster attacks, but it fails to kill him. He realizes the bigger one is blind, and the smaller one signals prey with its sound. Jack arrives just in time to save him, shoving the noisy creature into the water and killing it, freeing them from the larger one as well. Taylor arrives at the bus crash site, but the police have no news of the kids. Meanwhile, the kids return home. Jack dumps all the art supplies onto the table and says the best idea is to draw something, bring it to life in the pond, and have it destroy all the creatures. Everyone starts drawing. Bowman sketches a picture full of weapons, but Jack argues that will only hurt more people. At the same time, on their way back home, Taylor and Liz get into an accident. They step out and only notice some paint. A cat appears on the car hood, and Taylor immediately recognizes it. Liz reaches out to pet it, but the cat grows aggressive. Still confused, Liz watches as the cat flips their car with a single strike before disappearing. They're forced to walk the rest of the way, but along the road they encounter more creatures and flee. On TV, the city is overwhelmed with reports of chaos. The kids finish their drawings and load as many water guns as they can to defend themselves. Before leaving, Bowman heads toward the bathroom, but as soon as he opens the door, he's faced with hundreds of one-eyed creatures. He slams the door shut, but Jack notices several crawling on Bowman's body and begins killing them. Amber spots one of the creatures on the ceiling. She stumbles backward, brushing against a door handle. The door swings open, unleashing a flood of creatures. Bowman is the first to run. Jack grabs the water guns and rushes toward Amber. She makes it to the bathtub, turns on the faucet, and manages to kill a large number of them. But now the entire house is crawling with creatures, leaving no escape route. Just then, the bathroom window shatters and Bowman bursts in with a hose. Together, they leave the bathroom and start clearing out the house. Eventually, they succeed in killing them all. Taylor arrives at the house, but inside it looks like a bomb went off. Panicked, he rushes toward the forest to find his kids, but there's no trace of them. Looking through Amber's bedroom window, Taylor notices a bird resembling his wife's tattoo and decides to follow it. In the forest, Jack finds some scattered belongings and among Amber's sketches discovers a drawing of a powerful sword. Near the pond, He sees someone continuously drawing and tossing sketches into the water to create more demonic creatures. Spent markers litter the grass, and the situation looks dire. Jack tries to reach the pond, but the creature spots him. His drawing slips from his hand and is shredded to pieces. They're forced to retreat and come up with a new plan. Amber confesses that the creature was one of the most dangerous things she had ever drawn, and its main purpose was to kill Bowman. Jack shows the sword drawing and says if they can reach the pond, there might be hope. Bowman volunteers to distract the creature, armed with a gas spray and a lighter. But as soon as he gets close, hidden creatures ambush him from the trees, forcing him to retreat. Amber reaches the pond, but the creature appears from behind, forcing her to run. Jack arrives to help, using the spray and lighter to create flames like a makeshift flamethrower to keep the creature at bay. Amber tries to draw, but all the markers have run dry. Meanwhile, Bowman is cornered with no escape, just as Taylor and Liz arrive to save him. The creature attacks Jack, who sets its face on fire, but it still doesn't die. Amber decides to bring to life the drawing she had made on her arms. She comes to Jack's aid and saves his life, but when she fights the creature, she is overpowered. In that moment, Jack arrives with the sword and severs the creature's arm. Bowman shoots it with his gun, and finally the creature is killed. Taylor finds Amber and hugs her tightly with relief. At that moment, Amber's empty sketchbox falls from the sky. Jack had thrown all her drawings into the pond, and now they've come to life, filling the sky. The animated drawings soar into the cities and wipe out all the demonic creatures. By the pond, Jack holds his mother's ashes in his arms. Taylor comes to his side and sees that the urn is broken, with all the ashes spilled on the ground. Jack is devastated that he couldn't protect the last memory of his mother, but Taylor embraces him and comforts him. Amber joins them, and for the first time since their mother's death, it feels like they've become a whole family again. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do.